Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Wonderful to see so many couples this evening. Almost like a couples meditation group. There was a couple that said they weren't coming tonight, Justin and Kirsten. But great to have lots of people coming with their partners to share some quiet time, some inner peace. Wonderful gift to each other. So let's settle in with our meditation. So, having established a comfortable sitting position, aligning our body with some degree of symmetry, balance, and poise. Our eyes gently closed, helping to bring our awareness within. And having our initial deep, relaxing, letting go breath. Breathing out any stress tension that may have been building in our body over the happening of the day, the happening of the week so far. Breathing out, relaxing, releasing, letting go. Allowing the mind, heart to settle into mindful presence. Some inner stillness, some inner silence, some inner spaciousness. And before bringing mindful awareness to our breath, our reference point for the present, just feeling into the body with awareness, sensing, feeling this platform of experience, the body sitting, noticing a few contact sensations, feet connecting with the floor, feeling our body connecting with the chair, cushion, or meditation stool. Sensing our hands resting in our lap. And maybe feeling the air connecting with our face. Subtle light connecting with the eyes. A few background sounds, but not being distracted or disturbed by those. Not engaging into the internal mental sight or sounds of thoughts, but rather bringing our mind to bear into the present through noticing each breath, mindfulness of breathing, feeling that soothing, therapeutic inflow, outflow of each breath, each life-giving breath in each present moment. Feeling each breath, looking into the lightness, brightness through the closed eyelids, using a mental mantra, one or two words in the mind with each breath, developing calm, collectedness, peace, and presence. Please have some tea, biscuits. So there's no moon tonight. No moon that we can see tonight. It's called a new moon, but it's actually a no moon. Another 2 weeks, it'll be a full moon. And in another couple of weeks, we'll have the second of the Vasa retreat days. So within this period of time, the 3-month Vasa retreat period, full moon of July to the full moon of October, special time for extra motivation for meditation, study, practice, learning, and various qualities that we can develop through this period. And particularly as reflected last Thursday on our session, using this retreat period for developing, deepening, understanding, engaging the 10 spiritual virtues, the Paramita. Paramita, or otherwise the Pali rendering of the word parami. Spiritual virtues, qualities, values, often translated as perfections, qualities that are seen as perfections towards full enlightenment, Buddhahood, but at the same time they're qualities that we can all engage and use in regular life, regular mainstream life, engaging these qualities to help reduce stress, complexities, issues, frustrations, turning issues into opportunities for developing and growing in these qualities. So this evening I thought to reflect a bit more on the first of the 10 spiritual virtues, the virtue of dana, Buddhist word dana, translating as generosity, giving, liberality. We could even say that one of the most wonderful, beautiful qualities that human beings can have, amongst many, is the quality of being able to give, giving. Because in giving, we're also um, giving of kindness, giving of care, giving of concern, giving of compassion through whatever we are giving. And obviously giving that which is wholesome and worthwhile, not giving negativity and strife and upset to others, giving them a hard time, but giving things that are good, worthy of giving. It is even engaging the quality of wisdom, being wise in what we give, when we give, how we give, why we give. So the intention behind giving can also be important to reflect upon that. But certainly this quality we've all experienced, both giving and receiving the giving of others, and it feels good. It feels good. And probably one of the reasons the Buddha emphasized the importance of giving is that it is really wholesome. It's psychologically, physiologically, sociologically, a really wholesome quality to engage upon. So giving is a quality as an action that connects us with others in a special way. It creates relationship, healthy, wholesome relationships. It creates a connection such that people are likely to think well of us. We've made them happy through giving something that is of benefit to them. It creates that relationship, and not that one's giving to get something back, but often one does get something back, even just a smile, even just thank you, that's so thoughtful, thank you, I appreciate that, that's wonderful. And that also is a gift to us. Also, in the act of giving, there's wholesome thoughts, the thought of giving, being helpful in a particular way. Then the mental state of giving is really good, a wholesome mental state, not caught up in greed, anger, confusion, delusion, self-centeredness. The emotion, feeling of joy in giving and sharing. And the speech, wholesome speech in giving, which may be the giving of helpful, thoughtful, kind words, but even just wholesome speech in here. I'd like to share this with you. I'd like to give you this. So pleasant words, and then the action of giving is a wholesome action, wholesome activity. And certainly in giving, then it flows on. It flows on. So sometimes we might give something to someone, they feel good. They maybe don't give directly back to us other than thank you. That's thoughtful. But they may then be inspired to give to someone else. So it flows on. Imagine that a lot of the issues and stresses and upset and pain, even suffering of the world would be gone if people practiced more giving. Certainly, we can see what some of the major issues in the world at the moment are because people are doing the opposite. They're taking rather than giving, destroying rather than giving. So that we have this potential as human beings to give, and also in line with the activity of giving, it's also really, really helpful for the giver, even as the great healing potential, the healthy, yes, thoughts, mental states, emotions, behaviors, but that also facilitates wholesome biochemicals, hormones, energy within the body. So very therapeutic, even enhancing one's immune system through giving. In the context of Buddhism exists today, nearly 2,600 years after the Buddha died, because, and even during the Buddha's lifetime, because of giving. So that particularly Buddhist monks and nuns relied on the giving, the generosity, the consideration of others, receiving some food each day, receiving at times some cloth to make robes, some shelter, medicines, helpful support. And then also that creates a dynamic of reciprocity, the monks giving wise counsel, giving teachings, teaching meditation, offering guidance, offering support in that way, and also offering a practice path that leads to liberation. So by the monks and nuns being supported and them practicing well, they're keeping that avenue for liberation open to ourselves, to others, to one's children, one's grandchildren. So it's a great gift to both in terms of supporting Buddhist monastics, supporting Buddhism, monasteries, retreat centers, and so forth. And then they likewise support community, support the world. That flow on effect. But in terms of our own practical application of giving, even thinking for oneself, okay, so in a day, what do I give? And it doesn't necessarily be, oh, I gave this person a gift. I wrapped it specially and took it to work and gave it to them. It was their birthday or something, or I'm sending something to somebody. But because that certainly can happen. But more general giving of one's time, being with somebody, maybe sitting with somebody. I'll sit with you through this, or I'll walk with you. Giving maybe of advice, giving of wise counsel, giving of attention, even, particularly in the context of relationship. I say to couples that one of the most wonderful and important things you can give your partner, even give another person, is the gift of attention. Attention is energy, and energy is life. And often issues occur in relationships because people aren't getting quality attention. And again, they're not getting that attention, energy, life. They feel ignored. They feel taken for granted. They feel unsettled. Upset creates then a dynamic of upset. I don't feel appreciated. I feel taken for granted. You don't hear me. You don't listen to me. You don't look at me. You don't thank me for what I've done. So just the gift of attention, and then maybe saying something that's pleasant as well, is huge. Is huge. Certainly, again, in the context of relationship, it can be an arena for growing this wonderful quality of generosity. Can I be helpful for you? Can I help you with that? Can I lift that for you? Can I take that out to the garbage bin for you? Can I drive you somewhere? Um, even that sense of, can I give you some space? Can I leave you alone? Can I not bother you with this? That can be really important as well. Giving each other some space, giving each other some downtime. It's a gift. It's a gift. And even important to know in the context of relationship what your partner, if you have a partner, what they like, what they need, which might be they need more attention, they need more talking to, They need you to ask questions. They need you to be more affectionate. They need you to maybe buy them nice things, make the dinner more often, um, or just simple things. Just simple things. Asking questions. How was your day? So finding out from your partner what nourishes you in terms of things that I can give to you. And again, not necessarily physical things, that might be part of it, but qualities. I love it when you look at me, when you talk to me, as opposed to talking to me around three corners and I can't quite hear. Then you get upset when I get something wrong because I didn't actually hear you correctly. So relationships are a great opportunity for growing in this quality of giving, generosity with each other. Because often relationships can be such that after a while, we take each other for granted. You're more likely to listen to someone else, a friend or someone at work, than listening to our partner, giving our partner praise, appreciation, the gift of patience, the gift of forgiveness, even. And certainly, the more one models these qualities to one's partner, then the more likely our partner is to model them back to us. So it flows. It flows around. Modeling or being relating to one's partner in a way that you'd like them to relate and be with you. Could that work? I'd say so. Yeah. I remember going to a talk many years ago in Sydney at the Buddhist Library. Lovely place called the Buddhist Library, still exists. Was the gift of a man who developed quite some wealth, and so he set up the Buddhist Library in Sydney. So lots and lots of books and CDs and so forth that people could borrow, and a space um, probably 4 times the size of this space, where various meditation groups would meet during the week, and also space where they'd invite guest speakers to give a talk. And there was a woman they invited from America to come out. She's well known in engaged Buddhism, sort of Buddhism that's involved in social work, being helpful in that sense. Her name is Joanna Macy, and she's written a number of books. And the one thing that I do remember from her talk was she gave an example of what I consider the beginner's mind. The beginner's mind is an attitude of mind that is fresh and open and receptive and curious, as opposed to the mind that is not a beginner but an expert, that maybe isn't so excited and attentive and enthusiastic. So I've done this 1,000 times, do it with my eyes closed. But the beginner's mind has that special freshness to it, and particularly in the context of relationship, good to have the beginner's mind attitude in relationships, so that one doesn't sort of take each other for granted. And so she said, Joanna said, and she's at the time she probably would have been 60s or 70s. She may not even be alive now. This was probably about 20 years ago. But she said when she and her fiance at the time, or partner, decided to get married, they went and told a friend who was a black minister. And this friend said, "Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. That's wonderful that you're getting married." And he said, "Can I give you a blessing?" They said, "Yes." And he said, "May you forever see each other as strangers." I thought, "Oh, that's a bit strange. What do you mean by that?" He said, "Well, I've seen so many people married, and after a while, they just take each other for granted." and walk in the door and don't really say anything or treat each other like just bits of furniture. And so Joanna said that she's at home and there's a knock at the door. She goes to the door and there's a man standing there. And she thinks to herself, my goodness, who's this handsome man that's come to the door? And the man that's at the door looks in and says, wow, what a lovely woman at home. That's after 30, 40 years of being together. And so she says, that's what's kept the relationship with her and her husband strong, to see each other as if it's for the first time. The sense of joy and wow, gosh, what I'm coming home to. Where did you come from? Come in. So that becomes a gift. Even having the gift of the right attitude to relate and see and engage with one's partner or one's friends from. It's a gift, not taking each other for granted. But certainly it flows into listening well and um, communicating well and being present and having joy and all the qualities that are listed here can be engaged upon in the context of relationship. So relationship becomes then a gift to ourselves, a gift to others, particularly intimate, close relationships. And further on this context of giving, we could even say that having time to sit in meditation is a gift. It's a gift to our brain, mind, a gift to our heart, gift to our body. It's a gift to others that having developed a calm, clear mind, that we're able to then engage with others from that calm, clear mind space. And particularly also humanity as well. The human beings need more people practicing meditation. As I said, particularly on the retreat day, at like now more than any other time in the history of humanity, we need more people practicing meditation because fundamental greed, anger, and confusion are rife, and they will destroy us. They are like a disease. And so meditation, developing a calm, clear mind, and then engaging these spiritual virtues is what humanity needs. And we can do it. We can do it. And that's why this list of 10, a really healthy reminder of engaging and enhancing these qualities. So see and reflect upon yourself in the context of your day-to-day life. Okay, working on these 10 virtues over the 3-month Vassa period, particularly generosity. How do I engage generosity? Can I engage that more? And how does it feel to be the receiver of generosity? How does that affect me? And so reflect and be wise around your use of generosity. So any thoughts or questions around this wonderful virtue? Anyone like to share how you were the recipient of a wonderful, lovely, or thoughtful, opportune gift? Anyone say something nice to you today, or someone was thoughtful or considerate or opened the door for you?
I've got one.
Yes, Rebecca?
We were at Starbucks today.
Pardon?
At Starbucks.
Starbucks.
And I went to the bathroom there and I didn't realize I'd left my phone on the toilet roll dispenser, as you do. And we were having a coffee, and then a mum came up and said, "Oh, is this your phone?" And her little boy, it was unisex bathroom, her little boy had been there and grabbed the phone, and I've got a photo on the front of it of the two of us And so he picked it up and looked, and then looked up and saw that we were sitting at the table, and came up and generously donated my phone back to us. And I don't know, we were actually chatting about, I suppose, trust and the goodness in others, and how it can be easy to, you know, see the things that are going on in the world and have perhaps a tainted view that everybody's like that. You have to clutch onto your belongings because everyone's after them. And it was nice to be reminded in that moment that that's not true of everybody, that people do have good souls, good hearts, good intentions. Yeah.
That's great. Good. Thanks for sharing. I remember speaking about giving at the meditation group I had in Sydney, and again, this was a few years ago, and a woman said that she had an example of giving, and she said that when she, the Thursday before, it was a Thursday night meditation group, the Thursday before that she had driven, the group was on the North Sydney, and she'd was driving to go over the bridge, and at this sort of area of North Sydney, and sort of cars, it's a road that comes in, and so she could have gone straight ahead, but she let another car come in front of her. And then when she went down to the, it's actually, they had toll booths at that time. You got to pay toll to get over the bridge. And so she let this car in front of her, and that went through. And then she went to pay, and the guy in the toll booth said, "Oh, the car just paid for you to go through." So sort of the immediate giving back. So do we find it difficult to give at times? No. Though it can be important to be wise in one's giving, sort of so that one's not just giving willy-nilly, and that is then the gift is not received well, or it goes to the wrong person, or it's not used well. Speaking to someone this morning who his daughter is asking for money, and he says he doesn't want to give her the money that she's asking for because he knows that it's not going to be used well, even though he can certainly afford to give her the money, but it's like, no, she's could be used really, really unskillfully. So that's where it can be, yes, generosity, but wisdom as well. So it's not misplaced or unskillful generosity. And certainly, as I mentioned, it's not just giving isn't just about physical things or financial. It's giving more heart qualities, which are included in the gift, even the gift of giving something physical, material, but giving kindness, and giving consideration, and giving care, giving compassion, giving forgiveness. Even the possibility of secret giving. So giving when giving that someone doesn't know that you've given to them, which is interesting as well, because often it's like, well, hey, I'd like to give you this, and oh, thank you, and you get sort of the feel good. Thank you for people expressing their joy, but sometimes giving knowing that the person's not going to know, even giving so that they don't know, and then you don't get thanked back, but you can still feel good in yourself. Peter?
John, I think mothers are the ones who give most. You know, they just give everything to their children, and daily, 24/7.
Yes.
And you just see it every day. I've experienced it with my mother, with my wife, my children.
Yep. Yep.
It's directly, but just generally in the community, you sit in the cafe and you see it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, certainly women have, let's say they express more of that instinct and part of their nature for supporting life, even just giving of their body for 9 months to be able to then support and give birth. Huge. Well, the Buddha said that the gift that we owe, the gift of debt that we owe to our parents is so huge that if we carried our mother and our father around our shoulders for the rest of our life, that wouldn't repay the gift that they gave to us of giving life and supporting us for years when we couldn't look after ourselves. But the Buddha said there is a way to repay that gift, the gift that they've given to us, and that is by sharing truth teachings, the Dharma, with your parents, helping them to develop clarity and freedom. That repays the debt. But firstly, obviously, developing that wisdom, truth within oneself, so that you're able to share that with parents if they're still around. Just to end with a lovely quote, which is in the notes, about giving. So the Buddha said in a collection called the Dhammapada, the gift of truth excels all gifts. The flavor of reality surpasses all flavors. The delight of truth transcends all delights. Freedom from craving is the end of all suffering. That's all about generosity, giving. So see how you can engage the quality of generosity over the week and beyond, and give some reflections to this important human quality, the first paramita, dana, generosity. So thanks for coming out tonight, and go home and have a lovely evening in the warmth. See you next time.